And welcome to the Geeks 31 Days of Horror for Halloween. This is Will.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve.
And this is a Sean special. So we're reviewing tonight a movie.
You know what? It's my fault though, because I usually go second. I screwed the pooch on that one.
You did. I was laughing at both of you because you were just looking at you were looking at each other, not looking at each other. Just,
You want to start over?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I think this is good. Good content.
Okay.
So we're reviewing The Watchers from 2024. A young artist gets stranded in
Is she an artist?
That's what it says. I don't know.
She works at a pet store. She was drawing.
She was drawing extensive immaculate forest in Western Ireland, where she was finding shelter. She becomes trapped alongside three strangers, stalked by mysterious creatures.
So she identifies as an artist, not as a pet store worker.
Correct.
I'm gonna start doing that too. Like, I'm not an electrician. I'm an artist.
Well, I mean, don't you think of yourself as an artist?
No.
I mean, you've designed some shirts. You've done things.
If I was in a movie, they would not say an artist gets nothing. They would have been like, this electrician had some shit happen.
Starring Dakota Fanning.
If it was a movie about Sean, it would be a different story.
That's true. Georgina Campbell, Olwen Fleury, Oliver Finnegan, Alistair Brennan, John Lynch, and a couple others, because there wasn't a lot of people in this movie at all.
Is that the lady from Texas Chainsaw?
We already said her name. Which one?
That was her, though, right? The old lady.
I believe so, yeah. This felt so like this should have been filmed during COVID. Like, there was nobody here. It was just the forest. Like, 4 people stranded together. Like, yeah. Why did you waste your time after COVID to make this movie? I'll go with my review. The Watchers gets a 0. I was not entertained. I didn't care about this movie at all. I was so bored out of my mind. I did not care for the monsters, the story, the lore,
0.
the characters. I watched this movie, and at the end of it, I hated myself for watching this movie.
Oh my God.
Jesus. You watched way worse fucking horror movies.
I have. But the thing is when I'm watching something like this that's so modern, and I'm hoping for something more, and it fails in all aspects of everything, I was like, I'm done.
I don't know about 0, but
it's a 0. It's a 0 from me.
Who do you give it to? Who's next?
You can go. No, let's see.
It's a low sidekick because it's not good, but I don't think it's a 0. I actually thought, like, here's the thing about these movies, like, the setup is whatever. The whole thing is these 4 people in this box in the woods, right? There's some intrigue there. There's some interesting story stuff going on. What are these creatures? What's going on? This movie could have been good if the execution and the resolution of that problem was better. I actually think that some of the stuff they get into, we can't talk about it yet because this is a modern movie, is interesting. I don't think any of it is like handled well, but I think the ideas are there. And it's unfortunate because I was intrigued by some of the stuff. Dakota Fanning's not good in this movie. She just stands there looking with the same dopey expression on her face the whole movie, no matter what's happening.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it should be over. And I was like, oh, it's going to be over right here. Like, that's a weird place for it to end. And then it just keeps going. I'm like, God, I wish it would have ended way back then. It would have been so much better.
That's my problem, Steve.
Dude,
but
this whole 20-minute ending at the end
was so fucking stupid.
Killed me.
It was like,
that's where I went from a slow cycle to 0.
I was like, listen, you're not Lord of the Rings. You're not Justice League. Okay, you're not even in a violent nature. So get out of here with your extra 30 minutes at the end. So, but it does not get a 0 because I have seen some dreck in the 31 Days of Horror, and this is at the bottom of the barrel, but it ain't a 0. Because I wish I would have got to see more of the creatures, but what I did get and some of the explanation of it, I thought was actually pretty cool. So for me, it's a low sidekick.
I'm gonna go with Steven, the same thing. I'm gonna say low sidekick too, because it wasn't great at all. I watched it. I thought it would have been a good 31 Days of Horror movie. Let's watch it. You know, fucking shit. It was in the movie theaters. Why not?
This would have been a great like episode of like an anthology show. Like too much time.
Yeah. The fucking end was fucking disgusting, though. I hated the end. I was like, what the fuck? That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, and
I hated the names in this movie.
yeah, I hated the names.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
It's like
I was in the middle of fucking talking until I got fucking cut off, you piece of shit. Hello.
Well, I figured you wanted to talk about the ending, so that's
what we do. You gave your rating. Where are we at? What were you gonna do? You hated the names, like Mina. Listen, we've had 2 Minas in cinema. All right, one was Winona Ryder in Dracula, and one was not. Okay, and we're just gonna leave it at that. Get out of here with that.
The whole premise of fairies and shit, that they were fucking monsters, was so fucking stupid. I was like,
oh wow,
these fairies.
I thought that was cool, actually. I like the idea that there was like this ancient race, and
I do like that. I like that.
They were like, they had this like relationship with people, and then like some shit went down, and they lost their magic and all this shit. And now they're these monsters. Like, cool. I thought that was cool. I thought that was kind of fucking awesome. Yeah. And the pictures we get to see of them are cool, but like we never really get to.
We never see them though.
But when we do, it's like this terrible like voiceover. Like, I hope you're right, Mina. I was like,
see, that's my problem with this. 12% of an idea is not a good movie. That's why I gave it a 0. Like, it was right. Again, Steve, concept. There was a concept there that could have been fleshed out into something where you had suspense, where you had intrigue, where you had more stuff. If they got to the vault underneath sooner, figure this stuff out. At first, I was like, oh man, maybe this is like a video game. Remember, you always find that underground bunker and you're watching these videos and you're starting to piece things together. No, it happened so fast. And they're like, oh, there's a boat out there. Let's get the hell out of here. And then they escape. You know, yeah, that one kid gets killed, but it's like they just left. And then all of a sudden, they had to wrap up this whole mythology by her just going to this.
Oh, and when oh man. So, well,
I did like when they were under the tunnel, like when they were under the ground. I like that shit.
Yeah, but that was so short. Like, that should have been more of it.
I agree.
There should have been more of them trying to get in. There should have been more of them trying to figure out, like,
more of the people
why was this tunnel
into the underground burrows and like exploring and finding shit from different times. You know, like there could have been more done there.
I like the part when the doctor was actually like filming the shit, or whatever he was filming it, and then he started to realize like what it was and all that shit. I like that part.
But then my brain kicks in, and I'm like, logistically, how the fuck did you build this? Out in the middle of the woods, no way in or out, all this concrete and steel and rebar.
He hired a bunch of every day he would hire a dozen drunks to come in here and then go sacrifice them to the monsters.
That is not a good plan.
I agree.
And you can't build a giant bunker like that. That would take so many hundreds of people that you would be sacrificing.
And how do you keep getting in and out in a day to get all this equipment in and everything?
So, logistics. Okay, my logistics. Okay, so let's throw that out there because none of that makes sense. So we just got to let it go. That's the premise of the movie. We're going to sit with it. Fine. But the rules they have set up seem simple enough, but they're not. There's not like they just want to watch us just sit here. Like, I don't know. Like, we need more. I need some more of that. Like, oh, they're studying us to become people. Like, how long does it take? And then when you find out the big twist is that the old lady has been a watcher this whole fucking time, it's like, why didn't you just leave?
Right. Agreed.
And then it turns out, oh, she was actually the watcher that was with the fucking professor on the tape. Oh, okay. So she knew about the underground, knew about the tapes.
Was the professor fucking?
100% yes.
Oh God, yeah, he had to be, right.
That's his wife. He brought his wife back. Okay. Essentially, that was what he was like. He's like, oh, if I can get them to emulate my wife, then basically like I brought my wife back to life.
Yeah, he was fucking
kind of, but that's yeah.
And she was the half breed. That's why she was a daywalker. because she was in the lore a fairy mixed with a human. That's why she was different than everybody else in her colony.
I thought when that half breed thing came out that it was gonna be Dakota Fanning was gonna be like, oh, I'm a half breed, and I was like, no,
that's what I said. So I was like, no.
She was so bland in this. There was a scene where I got mad, and it was she like, so after they get out of the fucking bunker, you know how they get out of the bunker? They get out. They run to the boat and they fucking get out. That's how they get out. That's
they outrun these fast motherfucking fucking fairy monsters.
Well, they have to stay outside all night, and they're just out over there. Like, oh, they're not allowed to go outside at night. But then, like, oh, I guess they didn't find her because the fucking old lady smelled like one. Like,
and you know what really pissed me off when they were making the dumb mistakes? Oh, he's out there, bitch. You know that nigga ain't out there. Stop that bullshit. Like,
yeah, you know it's not him. You've been here for a minute.
Yeah. Like, come on, you falling for that trick? Like, come on, how many scary movies have you not seen? Like, good lord, I don't know.
Let's fail to mention that it was a PG-13 movie, so it
was.
There was no gore. You know, even Danny when he gets killed, it's like so quick and he cuts away, and you know you can't really see anything. But they leave the fucking woods. They get on a bus and go back to civilization, and then she's like, "I'm gonna go back to the professor's office and like figure out what's going on over there." Like, okay, and then she does. And you know how she does it? She says he's my uncle, and they walk her up to the office and leave her alone in it. That doesn't work.
I'm telling you, I was angry with this movie. This.
And then this is the scene that made me mad when she's walking around just looking at shit, and then the camera just focuses on her walking up, picking up pictures, and looking through, and then her mouth opens like a little bit, and then it cuts to another scene, and I was like, no, Dakota Fanning's not good enough for me just to be looking at her with her open mouth, looking at pictures.
Agreed.
I'm tired of this. Like, I'm wasting my time. And then you have like this whole long scene where the lady comes back, the old lady at the end, she comes back and she's like changing to everybody. And then you know how they beat her? With words. They stole it right out of Wonder Woman 84. Dakota Fanning beats her with words like, you're a good person, remember? And she's like, I guess I am, and leaves after.
Yeah, you're part human. Shit. Remember, you saved us when they were trying to break in. You stood in front of us. Yeah. Zero. Like,
and then at the end, she's on
Steve,
top.
you said it. This is a waste of time.
Was she on top of the roof?
Yeah, and that's when she's like. She said, she's like, I hope you're right, Mina. And then she flies away.
Yeah, there she grows wings, and then
right.
I was like. She drinks some Red Bull. What the fuck happened?
All right, it's a 0. It's at the high level, but like man, I'm never gonna watch this again.
I'm not gonna be by myself in this, so I'm gonna give it a 0 too. Y'all motherfuckers are gonna get me.
I'm telling you, like I look at these movies and we've watched some Drek, right? But most of the time when we watch really bad things, there's things we can laugh at, things that are ridiculous that we just have fun with. Yeah. I mean, but like this is like well made, well shot. They brought people in, but everything failed miserably, and the movie takes itself so seriously
it wasn't
that
good.
there is no enjoyment.
I told y'all, like I said, don't watch this. I was like, this shit is not good, though. I was like,
we're like, we do that. Steve and I do that to each other all the time. Well, it's like, I watch this, so why don't you watch? Just like we're going to review the conference. And it's like, yeah, so why don't you watch it so we can do it for 31 days? And like, so you watched it, we're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Several movies where I'm like, I don't know. I had to suffer, so you have to. You gotta watch this shit with me. I get it. So, and look, it's a 2024 movie. We had to talk about it, and I'm glad we did. And the Shyamalan family. They're trying. That clan is trying to put a flag in Hollywood. They're planting it.
Wait, who directed this?
This is M. Night Shyamalan's kid directed this. Written and directed by his daughter. Not the singer from Trap. Not the singer from Trap. Another daughter. So I'm saying he's got his kids. And all they're spreading out. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to take over.
Making trash.
That makes a lot of sense now. I was getting
you get Shyamalan vibes.
Like the Village
vibe. He was in her ear doing this movie.
Yeah, I was
This is
getting
like it's like
yeah.
shadow directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Well, they are still letting this man make movies, dog. Like I don't get it. It don't make no fucking sense to me.
You know why? Because he can do them on the cheap and they can make a little money back. That's all that matters. If they make money back,
His name intrigues people. They know that they're either gonna love it or hate it.
and he had 3 huge hits at 4 huge hits.
Split was massive.
Yeah,
Split
Split
was-
won him
Split was pretty
another 10 years in Hollywood of making what he wants to make.
Split got some good. So I got
Because
some
if you
good
look at
real estate.
that return on investment, Sean, that's all it takes. It doesn't matter what it's making at the box office. It matters what it costs versus what, like, just like this movie, guarantee it cost $150, not 150 million, like $1.50. Like, it didn't cost them anything. There was minimal special effects. It was just a box in a room, you know what I mean? Like, built on, in the middle of an empty forest or some shit. Like, this didn't cost a lot to make. And if it did, then they
You think
spend their
they
money
shot
in the
this
wrong
on
way.
location? This is all green screen and the sound.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. But I don't know. But that makes sense now. I didn't even pay attention to who wrote and directed it. So okay.
Some of it actually was because I did see the Ireland stuff. There's some of it actually was filmed on location, but that box wasn't out in the middle of the woods.
No. So all right. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. And until tomorrow night, everybody, keep it creepy.